Now that spring has sprung, give your seasonal wardrobe a seasonal refresh with these 9 exceptional scents that will help you savor the springtime. Today we're covering both mainstream and niche scents, and we'll give alternatives for every suggestion, so you find the perfect fragrance to put a spring in your step. Number 1. Limes by Floris. Our first suggestion is a versatile and attainable springtime scent. This is a personal favorite of Jack, everyone's favorite Englishman on the Gentleman's Gazette team. But, unlike Jack, Floris has been in business for over 300 years. This scent takes things back to basics, with a simple but powerful combination of primarily citrine smells, with lemon and petitgrain top notes, lily of the valley, lime blossom, and neroli heart notes, and with a base of musk. Limes has an eau de toilette concentration. And to learn exactly what that means, check out our fragrance guide. Currently, it costs $150 for a 100 milliliter flacon. Limes captures the rejuvenating essence of spring with its bright fruit notes, but is prevented from being too summery thanks to its floral and musk components. As such, it is ideal throughout spring, but can transition into hotter weather. Limes is a general use, warm weather fragrance, suited to most daytime occasions. Its reduced concentration makes limes very light and inoffensive, but it still manages to have surprising staying power. If you're looking for a fun all-purpose scent for springtime, limes definitely is not a lemon. If citrus notes aren't your style, consider the woody and green Elite, also by Floris. Number 2, Giardino di Boboli by Roberto Ugolini. Roberto Ugolini is a niche fragrance atelier headed by Herbert Stricker and named for celebrated Italian cobbler Roberto Ugolini. Many of its fragrances are inspired by the city of Florence, and Giardino di Boboli is no exception, deriving its name from the famous Boboli Gardens. As you can see, many of the elements of this floral and green fragrance seem to be plucked straight from a garden, with top notes of rose geranium, apple, and mint, heart notes of iris, jasmine, rose, cedarwood, and ozone, and base notes of musk, amber, and woody and powdery notes. Giardino di Boboli is available from our Fort Belvedere store for $290 for a 100 milliliter flacon. A casual and carefree fragrance, Giardino di Boboli excels as a daytime scent throughout the spring. Its refreshing and clean green floral notes exude a sense of calm and tranquility. As such, this fragrance is perfect for social occasions, like outings with friends, daytime dates, or luncheons, but could be worn in more casual work environments to give you, and everyone who smells you, a respite from the humdrum aspects of everyday life. With an extrait de parfum concentration, Giardino di Boboli has impressive longevity and sillage, but a stable wearing experience that is not overwhelming. We'll think you'll find that wearing Giardino di Boboli is like having your own secret garden, but if you prefer your floral fragrances to have a citrine edge to them, consider instead Camellia by Acqua di Parma. Number 3, Ormonde Man by Ormonde Jayne. Now let's consider a fragrance from Ormonde Jayne, a London-based perfumer that originally made scented candles. This woody and spicy fragrance incorporates traditional masculine scents, with some exotic additions for an unforgettable and elevated experience. Top notes of cardamom, pink pepper, juniper berries, bergamot, and coriander provide the bright seasonal element, while the heart notes offer up a profound woody depth centered around black hemlock and especially oud, rounded out by base notes of cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, and musk. Ormonde Man costs $290 for an 88 milliliter flacon. With its tart fruity notes and warm woody aroma, Ormonde Man transitions well from cool to warm weather and complements early spring. While primarily a day scent, it can transition to night and has a stately, refined aura, making it ideal for formal office environments or important business lunches or elegant social events. As an eau de parfum concentration, it smells intense upon initial application but fades with time. If you're concerned about the oud element being too overwhelming, consider the more balanced 17 Rosso by Roberto Ugolini. Number 4, La Fenice by the Merchants of Venice. Let's stay in Italy, but go from day to night, with a spicy and peppery offering from the Merchants of Venice, a Venetian fragrance house that specializes in scents inspired by Italy's cultural heritage. Today's suggestion is named for La Fenice, or the Phoenix Opera House, which one of our writers, Ebb, has even visited. La Fenice opens with top notes of violet leaf, mandarin orange, apple blossom, and olibanum, followed by intense heart notes of black pepper, iris, basil, and cloves, and softer amber, cedar, and leather base notes. It retails for $190 for a 100 milliliter bottle. As you might gather from its name, La Fenice is a very formal and refined fragrance, clearly intended for upscale evening occasions. and its peppery and spicy elements make it ideally suited to early spring. You can learn about fragrance formality and seasonality in our guide of how to pair outfits with fragrances. La Fenice has an eau de parfum concentration that gives it strong longevity and medium sillage, with its aroma being especially potent within close proximity to the wearer. If you're concerned that the peppery notes might be too strong, consider instead Sauvage by Dior. Number 5. Bleu de Chanel. After your fancy evening out, it's time to switch to a more everyday option, and few woody and aromatic scents are more iconic than Bleu from the house of Chanel. This classic and fun fragrance artfully combines many essential masculine scents, opening with bright and clean top notes of grapefruit, lemon, mint, and pink pepper, and piercing heart notes of ginger, nutmeg, and jasmine, intensified with the inclusion of ISO E Super, before the base notes of incense, vetiver, cedar, sandalwood, patchouli, labdanum, and white musk ground the more dynamic ingredients. Bleu de Chanel costs $150 for 3.4 fluid ounces. Adaptable and almost universally appealing, Bleu de Chanel is a consummate daytime scent that can easily transition into night and can frankly be worn in cool and hot weather, making it a great investment for those who prefer a 3-season fragrance. Its eau de parfum concentration also offers impressive sillage and intensity, with medium longevity. Learn how to improve longevity with our list of cologne hacks. If you prefer a lighter, airy offering, consider Polo Bleu by Polo Ralph Lauren. And for something more complicated and elevated, Blue Suede Shoes by Roberto Ugolini. Number 6. Blenheim Bouquet by Penhaligon. For our next fragrance, let's combine citrine and aromatic scents for a dynamic and dry daytime scent from the famed fragrance house of Penhaligon, a British maker that can trace its roots back to the 1860s. This fragrance opens with citrine top notes, especially lemon and lime, with floral, primarily lavender heart notes, before a traditional finish of woodsy base notes, centered around pine and a little pepper. The result is a conservative and somewhat conventional fragrance that oozes traditional masculinity and will serve you well if you prefer a clean and simple fragrance, especially because, as an eau de toilette, its smell is very light and fresh, but still had impressive longevity of 4 to 5 hours for us. Blenheim Bouquet costs about $180 for a 100 milliliter flacon. Crisp and elegant, Blenheim Bouquet is a daytime scent that will thrive on social occasions and is formal enough for most office environments when seasonally appropriate, especially later in spring. If you prefer a more intense experience, consider Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. And for something more casual and unique, Azzurro by Roberto Ugolini, or Oxford by the same brand if you prefer a more traditional scent. Number 7. Green Irish Tweed by Creed. Our next suggestion requires no introduction and is considered one of the best spring colognes. And Green Irish Tweed by Creed has been a favorite here at the Gentleman's Gazette for years. An aromatic fougere. This fragrance manages to be complex and unique, with just a few key ingredients, opening with top notes of lemon verbena and iris, with violet leaf at its heart and ambergris and sandalwood at the base. Although Raphael says that, for him, some of the most prominent scents include fresh mown grass, green leaves, and oak moss. It retails for $470 for 100 milliliters. It is a remarkably flexible daytime scent that can be worn throughout the spring on casual and formal occasions. And thanks to its eau de parfum concentration, you can expect medium sillage and longevity of around 8 hours. Whether at the office, a formal luncheon, or a wedding, you're sure to garner attention with this iconic scent. But if you prefer a niche alternative, consider the equally complex and unique Loafer by Roberto Ugolini. Number 8. Eau de Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford. For rich and decadent, our next suggestion is a daytime scent by Tom Ford in the amber floral scent families that combines a wide array of ingredients into a complicated and unexpected fragrance with multiple layers. Top notes open with somewhat conventional citrines, including bitter orange, neroli, and bergamot with petitgrain, cardamom, pink pepper, caraway, and even pistachio. The heart notes are very floral, with tuberose, Tunisian orange blossom, lang lang, jasmine, and galbanum, before a succulent finish with base notes of coconut, vanilla, tonka bean, and amber. Eau de Soleil Blanc retails for $225 for a 100 milliliter flacon. As an eau de toilette, this fragrance is light, despite some of its richer base notes. With medium sillage and longevity, some might find the prominent coconut scent incongruous with a spring fragrance. But we feel it blends with the florals and creamy base notes for a subtle tropical effect that is bright and refreshing. This is definitely a social fragrance, ideal for outings with friends, al fresco lunches, and lounging by the pool or sea in late spring. And while suited for warm and hot weather, we wouldn't recommend this fragrance in the fall or winter. unless you want to think about the beach while opening Christmas presents. For an alternative with similar creamy and bright notes that can be worn year-round, consider Kitten Heel by Roberto Ugolini. Number 9, High Heel White by Roberto Ugolini, for a formal springtime scent that works equally well for day or nighttime. Let's return to Roberto Ugolini and consider High Heel White, a unisex floral and green fragrance that opens with top notes of lemon, galbanum, mandarin orange, and coriander, before emphasizing floral heart notes of iris, cardamom, roses, lily of the valley, and geranium, all grounded by base notes of vanilla, amberwood, tonka bean, patchouli, frankincense, and precious woods. High Heel White is available from our Fort Belvedere store for $255 for a 100 milliliter flacon. High Heel White artfully blends traditional masculine and feminine scents into a woody and intoxicating bouquet that is intense but not excessive. Suited to the spring, it can be worn with equal ease in the autumn or the summer, and thrives in any environment that is formal and elegant, whether day or night. We prefer High Heel White for social events, including garden parties, society fêtes, receptions, and especially weddings. As an eau de parfum, High Heel White boasts medium sillage and surprisingly long longevity. Don't let this fragrance's name put you off. Its woody base provides a strong masculine impact, and the powdery floral elements only help to give this fragrance an unexpected twist that will make you unforgettable. For a similarly entrancing effect, but with a smoky element, you could try For Rosso, also by Roberto Ugolini. Let us know in the comments what you think of our list of the best fragrances. Did we miss any of your favorite colognes? Today I'm wearing a gray suit with a tan turtleneck and brown dress shoes, Fort Belvedere socks, and a Fort Belvedere pocket square. The pocket square actually has some navy and tan motifs on the outside of it. Looks really, really cool against the tan turtleneck and the gray suit. And then for the fragrance today, I'm wearing Roberto Ugolini High Heel White. Now, to find other great fragrances and other amazing accessories from Fort Belvedere, go to the Fort Belvedere shop here.